change your life. Yes, like once again, I want to thank you for your time. Like I mentioned to you guys before, there's some new technology out there that helps us. I wanted to bring on an expert to answer your call, answer your questions, and also for you to see the information. Now, she and her husband started this journey a few months back, and they've touched thousands of lives since then. Okay, and I just want to bring on my cousin, Bernita Monk. Bernita?
Well, hello, Ernie. Good afternoon to some of you. Good evening to some of you. You may be calling from all over the world. Who knows? Ernie knows people all over the world. So once again, thank you, Ernie, for pulling this call together. Literally, we have such a big family that we met each other just literally last weekend at a family reunion. And I shared this information with a few people, and Ernie treat. So I appreciate your your desire to help other people, Ernie. And anybody that knows Ernie knows that he's a servant leader and out there to help people. So when you heard this information, my internet is going is kind of messing up a little bit, so I apologize. But when he heard this information, he really was compelled to share it with you all. So thank you all for getting on the call. Let me just tell you how and Ernie, you can stop your video at this time. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to tell you how my husband and I actually heard about this information and why I'm here to share it with you today. A few months ago, back in November, a friend of ours reached out to my husband and told him that he had something he wanted to share with him, and he seemed pretty anxious to meet with him. And so he met him on the expressway, found out that we were about to go out of town, and that's why he was so urgently trying to catch up with my husband. We went to Milwaukee to visit my husband's parents, and when we got there, the first thing we noticed was my mother-in-law, who was 92 years old last November, that she was in excruciating pain with her knee. And we'd already been on a call like the one you're on right now. We'd heard about some people with different ailments, whether it's pain, whether it's diabetes, whatever. And we said, well, why don't we try the patch on that Ken gave us? And the patch is a tiny little patch like this. He gave us a whole bunch of them, right? Because he knew we were going to go meet some family members. So we put one on my mother-in-law's knee, and she went to bed. Now, she needed knee surgery. She just didn't want to do that. She was in excruciating pain every night, rubbing her knees. She woke up the next morning and said, I did not have to get up at all, and the pain has gone away. Now, that night, my husband put the patch on. Now, keep in mind, my husband and I, we consider ourselves healthy people. We work out, all that kind of stuff. So we thought, there's nothing this patch can do for us. But guess what? My husband put the patch on, and I noticed that night that my husband did not snore. Now, why is that significant? My husband was a chronic snorer, like choking and coughing and all this kind of stuff. And I just told you we didn't have any ailments, right? But we didn't think that the patch would help with that. We just figured pain or something like that. And I'm going to need to mute everybody on this call. Okay, thank you. All right, so we didn't think so. For my husband to stop snoring, that was November the 11th. I'll never forget it because it just surprised me. It shocked me. And from that day on, my husband has not snored. Now, isn't that amazing? And so once again, I think we got on another call like this and we heard some incredible testimonies of things that it had done for people. You're going to hear some of those today as well. But that's why you're on the call, because, Ernie wants to make sure that you get a chance to hear it just the way he heard it, okay? So let me try to get through this slide. So here's the first question. The golden question of the day is, have you been patched? Well, more than likely you have not been patched, but we hope by the end of this call, you are going to want to be patched, all right? This patch is going to elevate you. It's going to elevate everything about your body. It's going to reactivate your stem cells, and it's going to regenerate your body, okay? So that's what we're here to talk about today. Now, why would you want to use an X39 stem cell patch. That's the name of this patch. It's called the X39. But let me just say this. Some of you may be familiar with stem cell injections. Those are where you go to some doctor and they put tissues from some embryo, into your body. And those can be dangerous. They can be ineffective. Most of the time, maybe 30% of the chance they won't work. The insurance won't cover them. They're very expensive. They may cost from $5,000 to $25,000 to even $100,000 per injection. And so if you get an injection, say, for example, for your knee, it's not going to help your shoulder, or it's not going to help with Alzheimer's, or it's not going to help with your sight. But this patch right here, it helps with all of that and more. And I mean, this is why we're so excited about it. But instead of it costing you $5,000 for an injection, we're talking about a patch for the price of a cup of coffee. Okay, $3 and something per day. So let me explain what happens with our bodies as we get older. As we get older, the slower our bodies heal, and we need help healing. See, the younger people, when they get hurt or get a bruise or broken arm, they're going to heal a lot faster because their stem cells are really active. But by the time we get to be age 30, half of our stem cells are active. And that's why, we start getting tired. We start getting things like high blood pressure, diabetes in our 30s. And then by the time we're 60, almost all of our stem cell activity is gone. And this is when, you start seeing people begin to get dementia and Alzheimer's, brain fog, low energy, all those things. So now, how does this patch work? Well, here's how it works. I want you to know this is non-transdermal. Nothing is going into your body. So definitely it's not going to interfere with your medication. It's not going to hurt you at all. What's in the crystal? In the very, very center are what we call organic nanocrystals. These are made in a lab. And the nanocrystals, what happens when you put the patch anywhere on your body, anywhere, it could be on the back of your neck, it could be on your wrist, it could be on your hip, it could be anywhere, on your knee. When you put the patch on, the crystals reflect off of the light of your body. And when that happens, something called copper peptides are elevated. GHK copper peptide, that's the specific copper peptide that we're referring to, and is considered the holy grail of anti-aging. Now, once the copper peptides are elevated, then our own stem cells are reactivated. Now, I want you to really catch this, because this is the part that scientists said it could never be done. This is why for so long, the only option people had were injections. But this patch is non-invasive. Remember, I said that non-transdermal, but scientists said there is no way that our own, that's the key word, our own stem cells are reactivated, okay? So I'm gonna tell you what the end of the story is, right? So once this patch was created back in 2021, this company LifeWave, which is a company we were able to get these patches from, the company grew from 20 million a year, as you can see on this screen. If you know anything about economics, the company grew from 20 million a year all the way up to 280 million a year in 2 years. Okay, and it's spread all over the world in over 75 countries. But here is the man. This is the inventor, the scientist, the CEO of LifeWave, Mr. David Schmidt. This man is a genius. And let me just tell you what he has accomplished. This man was hired way back 20 years ago by the federal government. So the Department of Defense had this project where the Navy SEALs were going to be, going in this new submarine, and for hours and hours, 36 hours at a time, they needed energy. They needed to work nonstop underwater. And so he was commissioned to create something to give them energy for 30. Can you imagine swimming or whatever you're doing underwater for 36 hours at a time? Well, that was what they challenged him to do. And he created his very first patch, which is an energy patch. Okay. And so Now he has over 130 patents. He is the 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award. So over 20 years now, he's been creating things similar to that first patch, but it wasn't until he created the X39, the one we're talking about today. This is the masterpiece. This is a masterpiece of everything he's ever created. Okay. So this patch is patented. LifeWave is the only company that can market this patch. It's not one of those, our company is not a company that has what you call Me Too products. Like, for example, if you heard about something that's going to help you with high blood pressure. Well, me too. I got something for high blood pressure. You may go to another company that markets nutritional products and get things for weight loss. You can go to Walgreens and get products for weight loss. You can go to, Walmart or any place, the health food stores, but no one has this. What we have is so unique. That's why we're so excited about it. Okay. So that means for the next 17 years, we have an exclusive right to the X39 patch. Now, how are you going to wear the patch? You're going to wear 12 hours on and 12 hours off. All right. So if you wake up in the morning, like I do, I put mine right by my toothbrush at 8 o'clock. I brush my teeth. I put my patch on. 8 at night, I take it off. So I can kind of remember 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Throw the patch away. Get a new patch the next morning at 8 o'clock, because that is what is going to, keep you revitalized. It's going to keep that patch working. So what is real important though, you want to drink plenty of water, because your body may start detoxing. You may, and you want to flush those toxins out. So you can wear more than one patch at a time, which you don't necessarily need to. But it's amazing what you're going to discover. Now, here are some of the things that you may discover and what other people have experienced once they start wearing the patch. You may experience rapid pain relief. Remember what I told you about my mother-in-law. You may experience reduced inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of most diseases and illnesses and things going on in our body, right? Supports wound healing, energy and vitality. I can't tell you what I would be doing right now, if I didn't have this energy that I'm getting with this patch. Mental clarity is off the chain. It enhances sports performance and allows for faster recovery from exercise. So a lot of, athletes are so excited about this product. Matter of fact, I see an athlete that just popped on the call, improved skin appearance. Ladies, I'm telling you, this patch has really, really helped my skin. And I'm not ashamed to say that I am 67 years old and I get compliments all the time ever since I've been wearing this patch. All right. Now, let me tell you this. There were 80 case studies. And in one of the case studies, they took a 77-year-old woman, put the patch on the back of her neck. And in the first session, what they discovered, and when they looked at her brain, right? This is her brain. The orange section reflects the amount of inflammation in her body, right? And then 3 weeks later, in session 2, all the inflammation is gone, but now the stem cells are beginning to reactivate. And in session 3, look how much stem cell activity is in her brain. That shows you what's happening to us when we wear the patch. I know you're excited about that. But remember, I said we had over 80 case studies. These case studies took place all over the world with some of the best doctors in the world. Matter of fact, you can go to this site, startx39.com, and you can look at those case studies. Most of the people that are part of LifeWave are physicians. This is why you may not have ever heard of it until now. This is the best kept secret, and this is why we want you to know about it. Okay. But anyway, in those case studies, this is what they found to be the long-term results. In the first few days, over 4,000 genes began to reset. It starts working immediately, whether you know it or not, whether you feel it or not. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. So people that have had PTSD, anxiety, and depression, they're getting good results from this patch. Within 3 months, your collagen begins to increase. The wrinkles start decreasing. Your hair begins to grow. It increases the structural integrity of your skeletal and muscular systems. This part right here is very important. Once people, get in their 70s and 80s, their bones are becoming brittle and hollow. And if they fall, Lord behold. So this is why it's important that your skeletal system is increasing. The integrity is increasing, right? Within 6 months, this is the part I really, really like. The heart reverses in age. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years just after 6 months of using X39. In other words, for every 6 months that we wear this patch, our heart, the stem cell tissue in our heart is going to reverse by 8 years. So let me tell you what I saw, what I experienced. I met a lady about 6 months ago who had been wearing the patch for 2.5 years. Remember, it came out almost 3 years ago. And she had been wearing the patch for that long. And she went and had a test, a vascular age test. And they came back and said that her heart was 35 years old. So they thought they needed to recalibrate the equipment. And she said, oh, no, you don't have to do that. I've been wearing this stem cell patch. And the lady was 73 years old. Can you imagine? So this is what's happening. We're going to be younger. We're going to be feeling younger. So it's not anti-aging. It's age reversal. Okay. Gets better and better, you guys. Once again, go to this site because, go to this site, startx39.com. All the case studies are there, all the doctor's reviews, all kinds of testimonial videos. All of that is right there. Don't go anywhere else but StartX39. All the research has been done for you. Now, this page right here just kind of shows, an example of what I talked about as far as wound healing. Look at this lady, the scar on this lady's face. And look what happened within 21 days. This lady wore the patch for almost a year. She almost looks like a whole different person because her skin has improved so much. Here are people that have, thinned hair and it started getting thicker, and people who were bald, the hair started growing. So those are just visuals of some of the things that we talked about. But what I want to do right now, this is the fun part, you guys. This is the fun part. Okay, let me stop my screen because I want you to hear from some individuals that have actually used the patch. I want you to see what is done for them. I'm going to start out with Ernie since he is the host of the call. Ernie, can you unmute yourself and share your video and share your testimony?
Oh yeah, as most of you know, I've had knee surgery and I work for UPS, and so I've had pain constantly. Sometimes I notice there's no pain. Also, there's no getting up out of the bathroom, going to the bathroom at night 3-4 times. Now it's maybe once. My mental clarity is like off the chain, really focused. So I can tell the difference. I can really tell the difference.
Ernie, how long have you been wearing the patch?
Since the weekend.
So you see how quickly this happened for him. This is not something that took a long time, but that's life-changing. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ernie. So
Yeah,
I want to bring up another person who I think you may be really impressed with what this patch has done for her. Miss Carrie McKinney. Can you unmute yourself and share your video? Carrie, okay. I see your face, just need you to unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself, Carrie? There she goes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Carrie McKinney, and I am very, very, very glad that my classmate, Jacqueline Brooks Williams, introduced me to the patch. I'm a sickler. That's a sickle cell. I have sickle cell anemia from birth. At the age of 6, they told my mom I would live to be 14. And I'm 64. I used to have crises back to back. And one day Jackie just said, Carrie, I got something I want you to try. And she sent this to me in the mail. It was about a year ago, the ending of October, I think. And at first I didn't put it on. And I was telling her, oh man, I don't know, I'm aching, everything hurts. She said, I sent you something in the mail. I said, oh yeah, you did. I put the patch on, and believe you me, I've been bragging to everybody about this patch because I don't have crises. I haven't had a crisis in in a good little while. My doctor says, whatever you're doing, continue to do it. I did tell them about the patch. They looked it up, but they never said anything to me about it. But I'm just happy that I no longer have to go through crisis the way I used to. It works for me. And thank you so much for having me on.
Wow, Carrie, can you hold on for a second? I just want to make sure everybody understand what you're saying. Okay, so you have had, how long have you had sickle cell anemia?
From birth. From birth.
And
But
I don't know how long you were telling me that you normally have an episode almost every month.
once a month. Yeah. Once a
And you
month.
have to go into the hospital, right?
Right. They give
But-
me pain medication, IV fluids, and they have to give me blood transfusions.
And this would be every month. So how long have you been wearing the patch, and have you had any more incidents since then, since you started wearing it?
No, not like I used to. I haven't
Wow.
been hospitalized for that. If I do go in, it's for my regular checkup. If my blood's low, of course, they're going to give me blood. But as far as me having a crisis where I'm screaming and excruciating pain, I don't have that. Thank God.
Wow. And one more thing, your doctor looked it up, but they didn't say anything, meaning it was not a conflict. It was not hurting you in any kind of way. Is that correct?
Right.
All
Correct.
right. Well, wow, Carrie, first of all, I'm sure everybody on this call realizes this has been life-changing for you. And I'm just, so you look so healthy. I'm just so happy for you. And so thank you so much for sharing your testimony, Carrie. And keep
You're
telling
welcome.
everybody about it, okay?
Okay. Have a
All
great day.
right. So you all, do you see what we mean? We're changing people's lives left and right. And I do have, let me see. Wait a minute now. I thought I had one more testimony, but I will ask this gentleman. This is kind of, I don't know what he's doing right now. I don't know where he is, but the person who I was going to give another testimony, she's in an area where there's a lot of noise, so she can't give it. But Mr. Hines, do you mind coming on? Because you're an athlete, and I know that athletes use this patch and it's helping them. Can you share what is done for you, Mr. Hines? Keith Hines.
Yeah, I'm traveling. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I just want to say hello to everybody. I'm coming to Florida as we speak. I'm so excited about these patches. It helped me with my blood pressure. As soon as I put the patch on, I've probably been on my blood pressure medicine about 10 years. As soon as I put the patch on, the pressure in my neck, the pressure in my chest went away within 5 to 10 minutes. I could literally feel it. And literally, the patch listen, I felt so good that I went without eating until literally 9 o'clock at night. I forgot to eat because I felt so good. Because usually when you don't eat, you can really feel the pain and the stress behind your neck, let you know that your pressure's up, something's not right in your body. Listen, I was feeling so good. I went 3 days in a row when it was when it was time for me to eat. I was eating at 9 o'clock at night. Matter of fact, Erica had to remind me, have you eaten? And literally, because I was sitting there on the phone, sharing this opportunity, so excited, calling every bishop I knew, all of my athlete friends, and I sat there and it was like I was on a fast. But usually when you got blood pressure situations, they tell you not to fast without eating, fasting in a different way. But literally, it took me back to be able to fast. I was literally drinking water and working on the phone, sharing the opportunity, and my body and my head and the pressure in my chest felt wonderful to the point that I forgot to even take my pills. I mean, just incredible. And then what really got me is that I had one of my athlete buddies that was a superstar. He's a superstar football player. He had sciatic nerve to the point that the pain was excruciating, to the point that he had to lay in the bed for 7 days. He crawled to the bathroom. I sent him the patches on June the 16th. On the 17th, within an hour, put the patches on. The pain that he experienced for 2 years with his sciatic nerve from his neck to his feet went away. And in 48 hours, it completely, all the pain left his body. When I say that he was so excited, we were literally on the phone, me and Miss Erica, literally with tears in our eyes. Listen, everybody, this patch is the Holy Grail take advantage of this opportunity and share with your families. This really, to me, is life and death. And I want to say that I lost my pastor. Y'all didn't know that. I lost my spiritual leader who came into the business. I haven't even told nobody. He passed away. But you know what? Before he passed away this last week, he was doing Lifeway. He was happy. He was happy about doing Lifeway. And I didn't tell no one, he didn't get a chance to wear the patches long enough. But one thing that I saw, he was so happy about LifeWave. I never seen him so happy, telling everybody about it. And we didn't know that he was going to leave. He went to the hospital because of bronchitis, and it took the turn for the worse. But guess what? He didn't get a chance to wear the patches, everybody. He just literally got into business. So what I'm saying is to say, don't take it for granted. Get the word out to everybody you know. It's life and death. This ain't no water situation. This no perfume that we selling. This ain't no tea that we selling. This is the holy grail of healing through stem cells. Tell everybody you know. I love y'all.
Wow, wow, wow. Keith Hines, thank you so much. First of all, you're traveling and I didn't know what you were doing, but you're always ready to share. And we really, really appreciate you being an ambassador, a huge ambassador for spreading the word about this patch. So thank you all of you for sharing your testimonies. I'm gonna get back to the presentation. And now I know everybody on this call can't wait to find out, how can I get some of these patches? Show me how I can get it. Well, first of all, we do have this form that you can literally fill out and tell us what package you want. But also Ernie or whoever invited you to this call have a link, and on that link you can select the package you want. But let me talk about the packages first. First of all, you may be the kind of person that says, well, I just really want to try one, try a 30-day supply and see how it works for me. So let me say this, and I didn't say this prior. Just because some people, like my husband, had what we call a one patch wonder, where immediately he saw something and his mother immediately saw something, Mr. Keith Hines. Everybody doesn't have what you call a one patch wonder, but everybody's body's different. That's why it may not be helping you with the pain in your knee, but guess what it might be doing? It may be helping you with your liver, like with Miss Lana, whose daughter was getting ready to go to hospice because she had 2 liver transplants and a kidney transplant. They couldn't do anything else with her. I should have shared this with you earlier, but her mother went and got the patch, and within 2 hours, her daughter was able to move and raise her arms, which she couldn't do before. 3 days later, her daughter was up cooking and cleaning, and she never went to hospice. That was in January. So what I'm saying that to say is, that was not, what I'm saying with this, that saved her life, but it took 3 days before she actually got up. She felt the pain, some of the pain go away immediately. But one sleeve, if you want to just try it, you may not get your experiences right away, but you can become a retail customer, pay $150, or you can reach out to Ernie or whoever invited you to the call, and you can get a sleeve from them. Or you may want to become part of our team where you want to spread the word. These packages right here represent what we call distributor pricing, meaning you're going to get the product at wholesale. That's $99 a sleeve. The only one of these packages that add a $25 starter kit is the bronze package. That's just one sleeve, but they do charge a $25 starter kit. Everybody else, you're getting it at $99 per sleeve, per 30-day supply. Matter of fact, it's going to come in this beautiful packaging, this 30-day supply in here. The only 2 packages where you get it less expensive are the platinum and the diamond. The platinum pack is $999 or $1,000. So you're getting it $84 a sleeve because you're getting 12 sleeves. And the diamond pack, that's the one Ernie decided to get. That's the one me and my husband decided to get. You're paying $84 a sleeve. But Ernie told me why he got that diamond pack. There are 19 sleeves in there. He said, Verdita, I got a lot of people I need to help. Yeah, remember I told you he has a servant heart. He says, I have a lot of people that really need this and I need to get it out to them as fast as possible. So if you have a big vision like that, and that's the same reason my husband and I got the big patch, we weren't thinking about ourselves, but we wanted to help some other people. So guess what we did? We got enough where I could send Erica McQueen 5 of these patches. I could send Patrick Tingling 5 of the, you know, and that's what we do. We share these patches. So all of your information, your name, your email address, your phone number, you know, you get a full free website where you can create your own username and password, and people can go to your site and sign up and get these packages. They can get them at wholesale, like I've talked about, or they can pay retail, but I don't know why anybody would want to pay retail when they can pay wholesale. But more importantly, we're looking for people who want to help us spread the word. Like after you heard Carrie's testimony, how she's not had to go to the hospital in months, she's not having those crises. How can you keep something like that a secret? So I encourage you to write down right now everybody you could think of as quickly as possible and say, they need this patch. Uncle Bob needs this patch. Aunt Sarah needs this patch. I just want you to think like that, okay? And so one more thing I want to say though, and you can ask more questions when you get on the phone with Ernie, is that if you do decide to get the diamond pack and someone decides to join and get a diamond pack as well, instead of the company paying you $200, the company pays you $500, okay? So just keep that in mind. If the people who came in after those people get a diamond pack, and that person is not the person you personally referred this to is not a diamond, those people, that person that you brought in will make $200, but the difference of $300 will roll up to you if you have the diamond pack. We can clarify, you know, all of that later. Now, I'm pretty sure that everybody on this call, if you look at this page right here, the most important thing to all of us is family. I don't want my family to be sick and have these chronic illnesses. I want to spend time with my family and enjoy them and for them to be healthy. Can you just imagine yourself sitting there with your dad who has lupus, who has Parkinson's, and nothing you feel like you could be able to do? Listen, I cannot tell you how many testimonies we have of people with Parkinson's, of people that have had strokes. I was trying to get my friend Jeffrey on the call today, who was diabetic. No, I mean, in 3 days, no longer has he had to have insulin shots. He was taking 4 per day. Okay, but he had a stroke, which put a pacemaker in his heart. And after 6 weeks of wearing this patch, his cardiologist says, you are no longer relying on that pacemaker. Don't come back for a year. He was going to the chiropractor every 6 weeks, but the cardiologist rather said, don't come back for a whole year because you're doing so well. So this is, you know, just think about those things and who you can help. Being able to travel, you can't do anything on this page without extra money, right? And so let's put your business hat on now. Let's put your business hat on. Let's put your servant hat on, okay? And I like to put Ernie in both of those categories because he's a servant leader, as we talked about, but he also is a businessman. And he was asking me some questions, right? So I want you to know that the remember we talked about injections, stem cell therapy is becoming more and more popular, but people are paying thousands of dollars for those injections. And remember, we have the better solution, something you can afford, right? But the industry is expected to explode right now. It's over to just like right around $200 million, but the industry is expected to explode to over 300 billion. And LifeWave is on the forefront of it because we have the best solution. And so you're in a great place. You're at the right place at the right time to take advantage of this. So for those of you who may be interested in becoming an ambassador like we are, a brand partner, and telling a lot of people about this, guess what? The company will compensate you. You don't have to, they're going to pay you to spread the word. How about that? So let me show you what's going to happen. Let's say this is Ernie right here. Seemed like I saw somebody jump on the call. Let's just use Carrie because her name is handy. Let's say Carrie is one of Ernie's friends and she says, Ernie, how can I get some of those patches? Plus, I know other people that need these patches. Carrie is going to fall right here on Ernie's left side. But then let's say Hines also said the same thing. He says, I got to, man, let me get some of those patches. I got plenty of athlete friends that need these patches. And Carrie falls over here and Hines falls over here. Now, so Ernie's building a left team and a right team. But guess what? The next person Ernie brings in, let's say that person's name is Cynthia. Cynthia falls right here under Carrie. And everything Ernie does is going to fall under all the people at the top on the left and under all the people at the top on the right. In other words, the sooner you get involved in part of Ernie's team, the closer you're going to be to Ernie, the more you're going to benefit. So timing and positioning are critical. Trust me. Now, the company will pay you up to $25,000 per week in this binary. You know, my husband and I are on our way. I mean, it is a lot of fun to help people and get paid as well. And some people have already started earning over $25,000 a week just in this way of being compensated. And we do get paid 4 different ways. Here's my favorite part. This is the part where, let's just say that you decide you're going to get started with Ernie and you go and tell some of your friends. Those people are going to fall on the first level that you personally enroll. You're going to start getting 25% of whatever they earn in the binary, where let's say they earn $2,000 this week, get paid every week, $2,000 this week. The company give you 25% of that. That's $500. But then if that person turns around and refers some of their family members and friends, when they make money in the binary, you get 20%. Let's say those people, I'm just giving an example, that person made $1,000 that week. 20% of 1,000 is 200, but it didn't stop there because those people are telling their friends and relatives as well. So do you see how this is happening? You're getting 20% match on those people as well. That person can make $5,000, you know, 20% of 5,000 is $1,000 per week. This can make a big impact in your budget and help a lot of people all at the same time. So that's the matching bonus program. You know, you heard me talk about how you can share these patches with other people. You want to send some out to your friends. If you wanted some beautiful packaging, we do have some beautiful packaging with instructions on it. We can show you how to get some of those, and you just put the patches in them and put them in the mail. But the website, if you're interested in learning more details about our compensation plan and how we do this, you can go to the website called build331.com. It has everything there. All right. Now, don't pay attention. These are some, these are some flyers and announcements. But this is one announcement I would like to go ahead and share for some of you, because I know you all, some of you live down there near Ernie. Ernie told me that this convention right here, August the 18th and 19th, in Tampa, he said, that is right across the bridge from where I live. I will be there because he wants to learn as much as he can. There's David Schmidt, who's the founder of our company, he will be there. And so, you know, let me come out of this. Okay, he will be there, and, you know, hopefully you will be there, and we're going to see a lot of people. But with that, we're going to end the call tonight. This afternoon, this call is recorded. And Ernie is going to have a copy of it. But I want to thank all of you for joining us today. And, you know, we're going to do some big things. If you know anything about Ernie, he knows a lot of people. He helps a lot of people in all these different organizations that he's a part of. And just be a part of this movement, you guys, because we're here to change the world. Again, my name is Verdita Monk. I live in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and we look forward to working with all of you and helping you all change your lives. With that, we'll see you all later.